Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger and my friends. We got a new trailer for our latest Street Fighter 6 character, and that is Yasmine, a Filipino schoolgirl who fights with a Karambit. If you're a Filipino, hey, good times for Filipinos in fighting games lately with this new character in Street Fighter 6 and the new Virtua Fighter Crossroads being mostly set in a fictional version of the Philippines. So as usual, we're going to break down everything in this trailer, although to mention here, before we get to that, I did get a press release with this launch, and it's effective confirmation from the things I got in the press release that yes, so Yasmine will be the launch of Season 4, unlike Ingrid, who, not under the normal set of rules, would have been the launch of Season 4. So Yasmine will launch with a major balance patch that will affect every single character in Street Fighter 6. Now, as for what will be in that balance patch, that unfortunately we don't know just yet. Yasmine will be launching August the 3rd, so sometime probably not too long before then, that's when we'll find out the totality of these patch notes. Also, that means look forward to CEO this year because that's like 2 weeks before CEO, so CEO will be under the new patch and with this new character as well. The EWC will be over by then, so maybe finally real my nerfs? I don't know. I'm not betting on real Honda buffs or real Lily buffs, so I've been hurt too many times before. But yeah, along with this information from the press release I also got some insight on how she actually works directly from the developer, so we don't need the guesswork a lot of the trailer. Because for some of this, at least, we'll just actually know, because she does some cool stuff, as you can see here. So that said, let's rewind the trailer and let's break everything down. So big one out of the gate here is this is the gameplay trailer. There's no more World Tour. World Tour ended with Ingrid, so we just go right into the gameplay. So as for the hows and whys of the character, I only got what I know because of the press release, otherwise you would not know any of this. So Yasmine knows how to fight thanks to her older brother and grandfather, and one day her older brother mysteriously disappeared. She was all bummed out and wound up doom scrolling on FoodTube, and yes, doom scrolling is the term they use, and eventually stumbled upon a certain French supermodel's videos, aka Manon, and wound up having the inspiration to go around the world, aka, fight across the streets around the world, World Warrior, and then find her brother. So out of the gate, she is described basically as a Rushdown character. This ain't no all-rounder like we get for so many of these DLC characters. And yeah, it definitely looks like she's got the mix at the bare minimum, and some other traits you might have seen some other characters in Street Fighter's past. Now, here's the thing. So many of the moves that we have the names for here, they're Filipino. I can't pronounce those to save my life. I'm a rural Canadian hillbilly. It's just never come up for me. So apologies, and maybe in the comments you can tell me how to do it right. But anyways, let's get into the moves here. So looks first off like we just got some target combos here, which with the Karambit, like multiple strikes, kind of makes sense. This target combo seems to launch. We have, I'm assuming, a medium kick target combo here, which ends in a knockdown. So just useful, like more target combos, more options, more better. That kind of always holds true for any fighting game character. Like here, I'm assuming maybe crouch medium kick into heavy kick target combo, like gets a knockdown, looks good. Will she be able to crouch medium kick drive rush? I guess that's always a question in Street Fighter 6. I guess we'll find out. So this is interesting here. So she has a command flip. Gonna try my best here. Muka Nlangit. And the real interesting thing about the sequence is she does it off seemingly crouch heavy kick. So either she has something unique that she can combo off of sweeps, or maybe that's like a rules change in Season 4, who knows? But yeah, you're gonna see more of the flip later in the video. After that, she goes for a regular forward throw, and I'm sure throw loops will be going nowhere in Season 4. Although I just want to mention her throw. It's simple, but just a quick little trip followed by a nasty knee to the face. I like that brutality. Here looks like air-to-air juggle, crouch medium punch, and then get a little follow-up after the fact. And yes, of course, a heavy mix-up base character will have an overhead. So now we go for a cross-up into another strike, and now we're going to see some of the more crazier aspects of the character, including this lovely little kata here, just showing, she knows her stuff. So now back to it, a kick very similar to what Elena has, but now we're going to see some big old Karambit action here. Again, forgive my pronunciation here, but this is Daloy Too Big. And this is apparently going to be one of your big party starters, especially because it has a follow-up move here called Alon, and this is where you notice that her Karambit glows blue after the fact. This follow-up can change depending on which button is pressed. and can leave her in a powered up state with the blue Karambit called Bionic mode. Next up, we see the old Beyblade spin the win here, kind of reminiscent of Nagoriyuki almost. Forgive my pronunciation here. Talam Hangin. And given the descriptions of this seems pretty good. The light version is quick but goes short, so you can use it to fake people out, like bait out a parry. Medium is safe on block, not bad for a charging and move. And the heavy's plus on block. And this, like her other Karambit attack, can put her in the Bionic mode to get the buff. So now, going to the command jump, it has multiple attacks. One that's quote-unquote regular can hit same side. And we'll see the other one later. And then we do the regular Karambit special attack again, but notice we already have the buff. So when it ends, it's a knockdown. So basically the Slice and Dice special, if you don't already have the buff, you can get the buff by the end of it. But if you already have the buff, then depending on your button press, you'll get a different kind of move with different kind of knockdown effects. I have it here that light is a knockdown, medium will be a ground bounce, and heavy is an even bigger launcher. And once you use it, then the buff dissipates. Then we have this whole nonsense sequence here. So yeah, remember Ibuki's old V-trigger? Well, she has it as like a regular move, it seems. So she can toss out the Karambit, and it's like a big old arcing projectile that go all the way up and around, and it can catch people in between some bad places, like you re-comboing into it after the fact. So... Again, forgive my pronunciation here. Pangil sa likuran. And yeah, this is a projectile that will go at up and odd angles. Stated to have pretty slow startup, although it could have been slower by my count. It didn't look that slow to me. And it's there basically to give you more mix-up potential, as it's a delayed fireball that you can start acting while it's on the screen, right? And you have to worry about it. Bare minimum, toss it on their wake up, drive rush, guess overhead low throw, something like that seems to work. Seems pretty easy to me. Enhanced version will hit multiple times, by the way. And yeah, so you can see here, you get full combos from it. And yes, we got an uppercut. Rushdown character, we got an uppercut, don't worry. It's Nagila. I'm sorry, I know I'm pronouncing these wrong here. But yeah, so this is your standard uppercut. Like, you know, half the cast has something like this. She's no different. It is confirmed that the enhanced version will be full invincible to everything frame 1. So it'll be very useful at a minimum. Next up, we can see that heavy Beyblade, remember, gets blocked, plus on block. Was promised slow startup, didn't seem that slow to me. Looks like it'll be real easy to just get in and make it your turn. So crouch light kick, stand light punch, maybe a target combo, into the command flip, and there's the other part of it. The command flip has an attack we already saw where you stayed, relative to the jump, but also one that changes your angle for easy cross-ups. And looks like you also get a full combo after the cross-up, so the mix-up potential is going to be very, very, very high. And here, since she already has the buff, a heavier ender, get the bounce, and look, we get the combo into the uppercut. So you get the buff, you get more combo potential. And here you can see using the command flip to purposely bait an anti-air into whiffing. So Chun-Li players, Tencho kicks ain't ever gonna hit this, it looks like. And the big follow-up hit, using the Slicer special to get the Bionic buff, the blue buff at the end. And here's set up into something nasty here. So going from maybe crouch heavy into the EX Karambit toss. Looks like it naturally connects off the drive rush, hits her standing, can go for light kick to recombo into it as it comes on the other side. Because again, that the EX version is multiple hits, and then we get the follow-up. And you gotta assume on block, it probably leads to like a really nasty trap. It's a 3-meter investment. It's not nothing, but it looks like it gets results. So then after this, we get the spin follow-up, which will leave them airborne, get the juggle, can keep the juggle going, and then we see our level 1 super, which is apparently a fairly standard level 1, invincible super, although she will get her blue buff by the end of it if she did not already have it, so that is handy. And I do like this because we get like a hint of her personality. She's like cheering and wild, right? Especially with her crazy hair, but still a bit respectful. You know what? I dig that. I can respect that, so that's nice. And as for outfit 2, she is a schoolgirl, so it's her high school outfit, because Sakura would be like 25 years old by now or something in Street Fighter 6, so it's time for her to leave high school. We need somebody else. So jumps the projectile, gets the heavy kick in, maybe crouch heavy punch, and EX spin with the launcher. This also gives the blue buff on the Karambit, and then we go into Slicer here with the Ender, and then just big knockback. Now, remember earlier in the video I said, hey, is there going to be crouch medium kick in the drive rush? Well, yeah, about that. It is Street Fighter 6 after all, right? So we go into a target combo, into the Slicer. We already have the blue buff live, which means we can get a bit of a bounce and get more follow-ups into the uppercut. Here, command flip over the projectile, going for the EX cross-up solution. And let me tell you, this is a lot of the screen to cover to get hit by a cross-up, so that's going to be real tricky. Combo into slicer, blue buff is live, so we can get a launcher after the fact. Then we go for a drive rush, crouch medium kick to just scoop him up into the spin and the follow-up. And here's one of the scariest things about that projectile. So yes, it's supposed to go like up and around to create like a mix-up engine or pressure, but due to the angle, it's going to be very realistic incidental anti-air, because it's just going to happen. You catch them jumping at some point. And here you can see, so we do that into the command flip, keep them juggled, and we can scoop them up for a little bit of a combo. Just seems real good to me. Drive rush into overhead, as we mentioned earlier in the video, into EX slicer, which is a little bit different, as you can see here. And then going into our level 2, which is, bad pronunciation, I'm sorry, Nakatagong Lakas, which basically gives her the blue buff permanently for the duration. And it actually gives her some all new moves as well, like this devastating just saw in half move, almost reminiscent of Charlie in Street Fighter V. So enhanced slicer with the follow up here, then just becomes this and it becomes almost like a Mortal Kombat brutality. So that's cool. Again, she can keep using all the power up moves without losing the power up, which is really handy. You see here, EX flip is also apparently advantage on block going into the back throw. Enhanced command flip covers a lot of the screen. Also, again, baiting out anti-air. We're in the level 2 install, so we can use the moves with the buff to get the launcher, but not lose the buff. So we can just keep it and just keep going forward and just doing another launcher and then keep juggling going, because this combo would not be possible without the level 2. And then there's this. So this is another move that only unlocks when you are in level 2 buff state. And this looks really annoying because it is a full screen cross up. Forgive my pronunciation again here. This is Linya Liwanag. And this looks like just one of those moves you're just never going to block until you play a million matches against her. Then there's the fact the instant cross-up's also a launcher, so you can get follow-ups after it. What? That's crazy. And of course, hey, Street Fighter 6 trailer, we got to end with the big cinematic drive impact battle into the level 3. So crouch heavy punch into slicer, has the buff, so we can get the launcher after the fact. Heavy launcher, I'm assuming you can only get if it's off a crouch heavy punch. Drive rush. We got the Beyblade into the follow-up, keeps the juggle going. And then we do enhanced EX slicer, and then right into level 3. Forgive my pronunciation here. Pamumu Kakad Sampu Guita. And here, I don't know, she just basically kills you. Like, you're done like dinner. There's not much else to say. Almost like a mystical version of Dudley's old corkscrew cross ultra in Street Fighter 4, getting you into a big spin, and then a giant energy blast and knocking you out of existence. So yeah, that's Yasmine. Out of the gate here, just off what we see, and of course we don't get the full picture immediately. She looks like a really simple yet strong and effective rushdown character, right? She has built-in mix from the command flip, is easy left-right mix-up, and of course you can just land, do nothing, bait the parry, go for the throw. Looks like her projectile can easily just be tossed, and then you get free mix-up as it returns back. She has multiple ways in, including like the plus on block spin move. She has the buff mechanic that can give you free launches off, you know, just regular connected moves. Like, it just seems like a lot of stuff is possible here. And most importantly, I guess, because no fighting game character works without it, she looks super cool. I love the wild flamed out hair. I love the look. All the various like Karambit attack animations look really sick. Just a cool character. Unless she's somehow like dumpster tier, I can imagine her being quite popular. And if she's just well done, like Arjun, our other all new character, I gotta assume he'll be really well done as well. Tifa, of course, everyone's gonna go crazy for Tifa. And Bosch. Bosch. Bosch definitely seems like the weak guy out this time around. But you know what? I'm willing to be impressed. I'm willing to be surprised. So, you know, Bosch, give us hell. Let's see what you can do when the time comes. But yeah, so beginning of August, August 3rd specifically, it's not that far away. We're not too far along off from July now. And unlike what we thought with Ingrid, there was no balance patch. So she will be the beginning of season 4/year 4 with a balance patch that will affect all characters. Now, the season 3 balance patch definitely wasn't what everyone wanted. You know, least of which myself, but is what it is. They have committed to no major mechanical changes in recent interviews. So unless they lied, I wouldn't expect gigantic earth-shattering changes. Like, yes, everyone will be changed. You would have to assume, hopefully, like Mai would be nerfed, Blanca, JP maybe, we'll see. Characters that desperately have always needed help, like Honda, Manon, Lily, will they finally get what they deserve? Honestly, probably not. Would absolutely love to be wrong about that though. But with an all new character, with like no roots in any other characters, like at least Aki was even related to Fang, right? Yasmine's just her complete own unique thing. That's exciting. The patch is hopefully going to be very exciting. And of course, I'll have everything covered in detail come the time on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this Street Fighter 6 train ain't making no stops. If you saw recent interviews on the channel, they're planning for 10 years, so we're not even at the halfway point yet. So look forward to that, and look forward to more Street Fighter coverage on the channel, because I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come in the years to come. But that said, my friends, that's it for me, and that's it for the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.